everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you, where you are. Happy Saturday! Welcome to your weekend. I hope it has been cozy and delightful, or adventuresome and also delightful one so far. Hi! I'm Hazel. I'm here. Kitty, you here? Reporting for duty. Confirmed present. Coffee's here. Various plushies is good. Helps with Saturday morning cozy vibe. Cute jumper. Why? Thank you. Come on, game. You can do it. There we go. I wanted to be cozy. This is always true. The trick is to be cozy in something that is vaguely different on a day-to-day basis for at least 5 consecutive days to give the appearance that I don't always just wear the same clothes. Short stay for me tonight as I have D&D. Nice. Morning, Hazel. Good morning, everybody. Zoldak, I want to thank you for the 30-month resub. Appreciate it. Where's your puppy? He is in the front room. Last I saw him, he was going bananas. He was just having a real hyper morning, which is odd for him. Normally he'll we'll do his walk, and I did his walk with him this morning, and then normally he'll just kind of bump around for a little bit and then pass out for a nap, and last I saw him he was still going bonko. I finished all 13 of my level 70s weekly quest. Whoa, that's a lot of weekly quests. If you're gonna play Hunter, can you please take one of the mud puppies as a pet? Why do you think I want to try Hunter? That's my #1 motivation. I was thinking of making an Earthen boy for it, just because I don't see a good reason why not. So I was over here mashing the randomize appearance button until something spoke to me. in terms of Earthen, does he need like lots of hair? No hair? Nice little top knot? Or why not? Or we could just keep hitting the randomize button until something happens. Have you seen the new Warlock tier set? Closest thing that made me think of switching mains. It's so pretty. Yeah, I saw the Wowhead post. Apparently it's just early data mining still, so there might be more pieces coming for it, but I liked what I saw. Did you see the veggie weapons in Wowhead? That I have not seen yet. Hang on. Wow, you can really make them like green, huh? Should we make him mossy? Which of these says I've been left on a log and I've grown lichen? Maybe that one. Nothing says cozy stream like making a new alt to investigate. I like his name. Will you refer to him as Rocky, and will you call his pet Sylvester? This seems like a reference to something that I should know that I do not know right now. Lore-wise, what do you think is the most fitting class for Earthen? My understanding of Earthen lore is something rock dwarf. So I'm a little fuzzy on the details. Yeah, I think shaman's a good fit. I think everybody can be warriors. I mean, obviously you can, but I think everybody makes sense as a warrior, because which race doesn't have the rage to hit something very hard with a stick? Are you making another alt that has to go to Veldraken? Indeed. Oh, you know what I should do is I should make him Horde. So that he can maybe hopefully use the, because you can be an Earthen still. But if I make him Horde, he can use the portal. Apparently the, the Veldraken portal in Org supposedly was functional. I wanted him to be green, like Kermit. Alright, and then, I wanted him to have... Okay. And then, yeah, I feel like... Yeah. What if this... What if this... This is faithful city worker still waiting for bonus. Everyone has the right to hit things with sticks. They're beautiful. There we go. He should be eyesight. Yeah. Eyebrows. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter. As long as he's got some big green gems. There we go. Okay, maybe he can actually get there. This is Alpha. This is War Within Alpha. I'm sure the name Rockhound will be harder to get on live, but cool name. I was trying to think of a real quick Earthen Hunter name, and that's what I got. I'm gonna do, let's see, edit mode. I have a passing interest in how BM Hunter works. I don't know that it's not, like, I'm not gonna have a super clear idea of how they play on live. It's a class that I have as an alt that I kind of sort of play. Let's do action bars. We'll get him a nice flying mount too. They've given him a stag and a wind serpent, but we can fix that. What is the hunter class order hall? They've got yeah, these guys. He needs to ride a wolf hawk. Cause there we go. Yeah, so he still has 3 vigors, so we'll take him a little detour through Feldraken. Hopefully he can actually port there. Team mechanics, face roll left and face roll right. Glad to see you still spend more time on customizing a character you won't play much on a race you don't like much than I did on all my characters combined, including my main. I think that you're the wise one here because, well, I was gonna say, how much time do I really spend looking at my character from the front? I'm looking at like my UI from the back, but that's a bald lie. I spend a decent amount of time just like zoomed in, hidden UI, checking out my gnome in particular. There's no dragons. There's dragons. Does their portal not work either? Man, my whole plan. Alright, well, I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Do Horde have a Zeppelin that takes them there? Yeah, they do. That's right. It was a good plan. This whole time I thought that there was like alpha Horde favoritism, that their Veldraken portal worked, but no. It's just so strange when, I mean, I know the portals kind of are iffy on PTR anyway. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But I don't know. The boat, it's like you can go to the Dragon Isles. The Zeppelin and the boat absolutely work, so it's just kind of a funny thing. How's everyone finding season 4 so far? I've been digging it. I don't think it's gonna last me very long, but that's my own fault because I'm speed running it. In terms of my own goals. Like, I set my bar pretty low and I'm sprinting there as fast as I can. We cleared Heroic Vault on our first week. The last handful of bosses were sweaty as all heck, but it's done. And keys feel good. I don't think I'm gonna really put all the time into optimizing everything this season. I think I'm gonna kind of squeeze through Keystone Master and then the Awakened raids for the mount, and then maybe like kind of call it good. I'm not even sure I'm gonna get the Vicious mount. It's a cool Vicious mount, but there's just too many other things that sound like more fun. Earthen is also a Horde race. You can be an Alliance Horde, or you can be an Alliance Earthen or a Horde Earthen, just like pandas. Hot take? I don't really like the Dragonflight dungeons all that much. I don't think you're alone there, especially with Remix dropping so soon. Yeah. The Vicious mount for the current season is a Dream Talon. It's one of those cat raptors. It's cool. And it's unique in that it's the only cat raptor that has like actual like spiky armor, as opposed to, you know, hippie tree hugger botanical armor that is like my normal wheelhouse. Haven't had a chance to log in at all, but I'm itching to jump in next week. The item level jump is huge, which means that it feels kind of crazy to be able to get like huge upgrades from doing like a Mythic 0, or even depending on your item level, like a heroic dungeon, or like a, you know, the soup. you can get pretty bonkers gear from almost anything, and it happens pretty fast. I'm excited to be 3 or 4 piece tier after my first week. Next week, no matter what, I can catalyze tier basically off the jump. And I'm probably going to do that so I can have my 4 piece for raid next week. You're going to pass up a cat raptor? I know. It's just, it's not like I can just get a Vicious mount in like 2 streams, you know? Like when we were doing the solo shuffle one on stream, That was like 3 weeks worth of streams, I feel like. And I was doing some playing off stream. It's just a huge time investment. Glad they did it that way. And I'm glad Soup's relevant again. Sorry, but I love just watching Kira. She's so cute. That's 100% fair. She's here to help out. We could twos. With all due respect. Nah. I have a partner that I play with, and I don't even want to twos with them. Threes is maybe tolerable, and that's about the only thing I think I could do. Twos is just so slow, because I play a healer. It's so slow. And it's so disappointing when you lose. And you're going to lose about half the time. It's just the worst to put like 12 minutes into the sweatiest match of your life and then be like, well, I've earned nothing. You're looking awful pretty today. 3 months from now, when Remix is done, Alpha's lost its luster, and you are not going to play Subnautica, I see a PvP push in your future. Maybe. You could be absolutely right. 3 months from now is going to put us May, June, July, August. I feel like at that point you're starting to knock on the door of pre-patch in the pre-patch event, though. Threes with Flabby and Jans? I don't know. Return of Hazel After Dark? I don't know. I'm telling you, the gut's not feeling it. Friend decided to run immediately +8s while wearing Season 3 gear. My goodness. Needless to say, we got slapped by the big frog from Halls of Infusion. Yeah, I know people that are getting into that level now after having gotten... I know like a week of gear doesn't sound very much, but like towards the end of the week, people have gotten pretty big item level jumps. But I don't know, I still haven't touched anything above a 2. Possible, but not easily. Already saw some 12s listed. Wild times. Whew! My goodness. I think there's going to be a pretty big item level... like power boost actually next week as well, because when people get their second bullion and they can get like their BIS trinket right away, I think that's going to be a pretty big collective jump in power. Think of all the hunters you could level with that time instead. Oh man, do things I could like water my plants. Doesn't sound like it would take that long, but if that's true, then how come some of them are dry? Spend time with Kitty Cat. Catch up on Hearthstone Duos. Stardew Valley. You know what I've been enjoying way too much recently is doing, and I've talked about this a little bit before, it's not news, but doing connections every day. The New York Times word game. We do connections first and then we do Wordle, but like I look forward to it way more than I'd care to admit. Wish you a wonderful string. Gotta go do chores. Aw, have a great day, Macy. That's sweet of you. People were able to get 2 this first week. Bullions, really. I know you can get 2 spark halves this week. That's the first I've heard of anybody getting 2 bullions, though. I just got a big, beautiful Monstera Albo Varigata. Lovely. Gonna test professions. We did a little bit of that last week. I'm probably gonna focus on alchemy again in War Within when it comes out, because I like alchemy. Alchemy herb, and then maybe enchanting, but I'm not thrilled about it. I don't know. I'm very conservative when it comes to professions, so I like stuff that I feel comfy with and confident that I can kind of make my investment back. Forgot my Wordle. This is being fixed right now. Why do you go to Dragon Isle if you play War Within? So I can get more than 3 vigor. It's just kind of a quirk of alpha right now that a fresh character doesn't start with dragon riding talents, and the scripts that people were running originally to get them loaded and to use them haven't been working. So my workaround is to go to the Dragon Isles, fly to Veldraken, and then talk to the trainer and then get them that way. It does work. Some people got their BIS trinket from the time walking cache. Some people are lucky. I got a cloak with like versatility on it or something. If you like connections, you'd probably get a kick out of watching only connect. What is that? What is only connect? Got boots which are useless to me because I use crafted boots. Bummer. I still haven't done on retail. I still have not done my weekly quest that gives me my second half of Spark, or generally speaking, your first half of Spark, but I haven't done it yet. Every time I log on, I'm like, oh, I should do this. It's like, well, the soup is in an hour and 30, and the siege is in like an hour, and I did the hunt already. Like, I just never catch them when they're up, and I can't be bothered to try any harder than I have been already. Brit game show with the same sort of premise. Oh. Wait on your flag mount until the Zeppelins reach this destination. Yeah. It's a little tricky getting anywhere with 3 vigor. But the good news is that because I've been to Valdrakken before, I've got the flight path now. I had to unlock those in alpha, but it seemed to have been an account-wide unlock. Me, 2 other guildies got the same neck from time walking. I'm just glad that Flabby made me do it. I wouldn't have done it on my own. And I would have lived with that, but I'm glad that Flabby invited me along when he was going because it was good to get a couple more pieces of gear that way. Do the siege first, you'll have plenty of time to get to soup. At this point, I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I might just not craft gear this season. I don't think I need to. I know that I should if I want to be optimal, but I think that I would almost rather just not worry about it. Save a couple of brain cells for, I don't know, learning alpha trivia or something like that. Clean desk. I want to give a shout out to my dog. This is a little bit of a tangent. I want to give a shout out to my dog because he's growing up and he is now at a point in his life where he has learned to leave gloves and mitts and hats alone even if they're within his reach. Because I have like a shelving unit, strong word. I have a real cheap, rickety little like tin shelf that I keep by my door, and it has a bunch of little like plastic buckets in it that I can, you know, keys go in this one and hats go in this one and reflectives and etc. So all of the stuff that you would need before you head out the door. And when he was a puppy, I had to basically like stack all of those bins like on top of each other with stuff like wedged into the lower levels and put them on the top shelf because if you could get to a mint, he would steal it and consume it because that was his puppy destiny. And now that he is growing up, he is now capable of leaving them alone so I can have the lower shelf back to put my gloves on, which means I went through that whole thing and I like cleaned it out and I got rid of the stuff I didn't need and I like organized it and put the bins back where they belong, and it is so much nicer to try to get my gloves on. I don't have to like dig through the teetering tower of I don't even know what's in here anymore. It's great. So shout out to Moose for making that possible by learning how to leave it alone. It's almost as great as the day that I got my shoe rack back when he decided that he didn't need to choose shoes. You can do all 3 in 30 minutes if you log on at the right time. That's a pretty big if for me. I'm going to the Dragon Tamer. That's the one.
Any news of Desrin?
Scale Commander.
Time walking fun to crush through with no overpowered homie. Not ready for you to be seeing when he was a puppy. I know, he is still a puppy. I was talking with somebody yesterday about how, well, you know, he's almost a year old now, and they're like, that's still a puppy. I'm like, you're right. He's he looks like a dog, but he's got the beans of a tiny puppy on speed. Can you tell me? Thank you. There we go. He'll be a puppy forever. Yeah. Oh, poor guy. We walked to the park, and then he was so excited, and like he was listening, but he was just too amped. Like he would lunge into the air like a whale breaching the surface of the ocean, trying to like leap towards the park, and it was just too much. And we tried to wait for him to calm down, and he was not quite getting it. So we didn't go in. We just kind of like walked by and did a bunch of commands practice, and then left. And I felt so mean for the poor guy because, you know, he had to like watch other dogs play, and then he didn't get to go play. But I can't just unleash him to terrorize all the calm dogs that are just playing nicely. Moose plays nicely too, but he's a lot right now. He's at like a 12 out of 10 all the time. At least whenever there's dogs involved. Choose Whirling Surge. That's the one. Have you seen the latest Wowhead headline about veggie weapons? Oh, no, but that was mentioned. I did want to look at it. Let's take a look now. I swear this is not the setup to a joke. Sometimes the world is too amazing to contain your excitement. Yeah, I need to do more research at some point when I feel like I have more spoons available for projects about ways to kind of help him settle down a little bit, because he's almost, like, he's really good. He's almost there. He just needs to be able to come back when he's engaged in something, and that's just too hard for him right now when there's dogs involved, because he just loves them so much. But he is, you know, he's learning more every day. Veggie weapons in War Within dash not exactly a leak. You've done this. New vegetable weapons Datamined. Check them out. Question. Oh, I was going to say, what is this screenshot? But then I realized that she's face palming. Sounds like he's, yeah. And I need to remember that whenever I'm like, how come my doggy is not like the calm doggy like the other ones? And it's like, well, the other ones are like 7 versus like 1. You know, just enjoy the puppy energy. Data mining has produced produce. New green onion and garlic weapons will be coming soon. The garlic is an offhand, while the green onion is a one-handed mace. Love the alliums. Yeah, from the size of it, as seen in the images, the green onion probably should have been a leek, but you know, Blizzard hates leaks. Okay. So, what will we fighting with alliums? Vampires? If we get hungry, we'll have a snack. I cannot wait to clobber a sand lane with an onion. Oh, I see why they've used one. I gotcha. Kayuk, thank you for the 11-month reset. Hi, Hazel. Thank you for the great content as always. Gearing tips for someone coming back after last playing in Dragonflight Season 1. I would get started with outdoor stuff. I would start with world quests and doing the outdoor events that are currently awakened. So your soup, your grand hunts, and your Siege and Dragonbane Keep. You can do your weekly quest. That's going to give you some stuff. And then once you get up to 441, you can start getting into random heroics, and those will drop you some upgrades as well. I demand a chili pepper. Oh man, the garlic's great actually. Although the way that rope is kind of making me feel like it's a spinal cord that's been torn from somebody. Is it just because like the knots up here are really giving vertebrae, and then this end looks a little frayed. Yeah, time walking exactly. So yeah, you got your garlic, you got your leek. It looks like a garlic braid. Yeah, it's cute. I think it's just the way it's like, it's just giving vertebrae to me. The Garlic King's spine. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna need that. I need more of them. Don't just stop at garlic. Give me everything. What if you could grow these in the garden? What if in the herbalism garden thing in Hallowfall you could grow the veggie weapons? I need peppers. Did I ever tell you about my enormous disappointment? This is definitely not an exaggeration, and it was absolutely as worthy of the drama that I'm giving it. I was making a recipe, and I was making it out of a cookbook, like a physical cookbook that I have. And on one side of the cookbook, there is a photo that's kind of like almost like a flat lay of all of the different ingredients. So they show you, you know, here's like a little dish of chili powder, and here's a clove of garlic and whatever. So it shows you like the ingredients. And then on the other side, it shows you the finished dish. In the ingredients photo, it very clearly showed sliced up peppers, like bell peppers, in the ingredients photo. And they were not in the actual printed recipe. Nowhere in the ingredients list was there any mention of any kind of pepper, despite the fact that they were in the photo. My day is ruined and my disappointment is immeasurable. I don't even like bell peppers. I just don't like inconsistency. I was about to put that in my Mind Blast spot, but that's Primal Rage. That's a lust ability. Help us start the petition for chilies. I want a pepper crossbow shooter. I want to run through Revendreth with that garlic to wreak havoc on the locals. Would you like a pepper staff? All right, if I'm picking a vegetable and it's going to be for like weapons, let me think about this. An enormous carrot holds some pretty big appeal as a staff, I'm not going to lie. But I haven't considered other vegetables yet. What else do we got? We got squash. What do I actually use? I use green onions and garlic. I use regular onions. Taters, a big old tater offhand. Although, if you don't do it properly, it's just going to look like you're holding something else. You were misled by big pepper. Cucumbers. Maybe, but I feel like cucumbers and zucchini are a little too suggestive, as is eggplant. I guess not too suggestive. These portals are gone now, too. My goodness. Half a pumpkin is a shield. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with carrots. I think I want carrots most. Oh, maybe they could do it for trading post loot sometime. You could have a big carrot staff. You could have a little carrot crown that has little tiny carrots being the spokes of the crown. A tomato plant wand that shoots tomatoes. Oh, collard green or butternut squash halfies for shields. It's the hardest dragonflight dungeon to heal for you. I struggled most with Algathar Academy this week, but everybody says that one's not that bad, so I'm questioning my own experience. Not just you guys. I've heard that from a few different places. But yeah, I struggled most in Algathar. On basically all of the bosses, they felt tighter than the other ones did. Alright, so I'm now going to Wayfinders, excuse me. If you could give me hero talent stuff, because I do need that. Also, see if I can fix up my bars a little bit. They don't need to be perfect. It would just be nice if they approached usable. Maybe like there. I'm not even gonna worry about that. Okay. Talent-wise, if you can just give me the starter build, that would be good. Had a bad time in RLP. Akut defensive is torture right now in Pugs. Nelthera's rocked my world. Wow, they really want me to pick the last what is it that they want me to take for the starter build? Why are you making me click on them? I did starter build so I didn't have to think. Okay. I could be a Dark Ranger or a Pack Leader. And this is tricky because this is an actual decision. So far in all of my priest testing, because the Archon tree's been unavailable, I haven't had to choose a hero talent spec. I've just been taking the one that was finished. Had a wild time in Old War this morning. Tank didn't know how to kite the boss through orbs or kite it all in the last boss. Oh dear. Did the first sleep I've done in ages. Got a flavor pocket. Nice. Alright, so yeah, Dark Ranger and then Pack Leader. The description for Dark Ranger says, embrace hatred and strike from the shadows, assaulting your enemies with necrotic, shadow-empowered abilities. Enemies who fall from your abilities further empower your dark energies. One, the Death Knight. And then Pack Leader is deep bond and trust with your animal companions. That does sound like me. But let me see. If I did this, I had to get Black Arrow, which does a dot. Each time it does damage, you have a chance to generate a charge of barbed shot. You can also manifest a Dark Hound to charge to your target and deal shadow damage. Extra damage, extra damage. Multi-shot hits a target affected by Black Arrow. A burst of shadow energy erupts, dealing damage to all enemies near the target. Just a little AoE. Shadow damage, you and your pets and deal is increased. Kill shot has a chance to generate Black Arrow. And then Withering Fire is a passive that whenever you get a barbed shot proc from Black Arrow, a barrage of dark arrows will strike your target for shadow damage. I mean, I'm sure we're going to try both of these, but this is kind of cool. And increase the damage you and your pets deal by 10%. Huh. So Pack Leader, on the other hand, Kill Command prepares you to viciously attack in coordination with your pet, dealing extra damage with your next kill command. That's your top talent? Kill Command does more damage next time? Kill Command does extra yeah, Kill Command does more damage next time. That's strange. This is the most passive tree I've ever seen in my life. This is at least a proc. You can get a proc that resets the cooldown on your kill command, and when you press it next, it'll double strike. It'll have like an echo strike. Perfect for BM hunters. Shush. Cheetah goes faster to disengage, gives you more range for a little bit. Survival. Ooh. Turtle, survival of the fittest, and men pet. Heal target for 20% of max health over 4 seconds. Duration increased when healing a target under 50%. So a little bit of survivability. That's nice. Multi-shot increases the damage of your next multi-shot. And then kill command increasing beast cleave duration a little bit. Kill shot deals more damage, increases bleed damage you do. Bestial Wrath calls in the pack, summoning a pet from your stable for 6 seconds. Okay, this Vicious Hunt pack coordination stack can apply twice. This seems like the most boring possible tree. Almost everything in here doesn't really change anything. It just makes the things that you do the thing that they do a little bit more and sometimes later. There's almost nothing that actually happens aside from just more damage, no matter what you actually pick. Maybe it feels different when you're using it. I don't think, I guess it's okay to have like a passive tree, but it's like aggressively passive. Are any of these things active? No, not a single one of these things. Not a single one of these things will give you any button at all. Yeah, no extra buttons, but not even a choice for an extra button. Chansa, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Is BM meant to be beginner friendly? That's been a reputation, but I don't think it's not, I don't think it's something Blizzard's pushing. That's just been like a, I don't know if Blizzard has like a beginner spec. They have evokers marked as not a beginner spec. Chain Proc calls it damage cascade with fireworks. Yeah, maybe. I'm going to start in Dark Ranger because I want to play with some buttons. But maybe I'll try that out later. Maybe it'll impress me more once I'm actually playing it. And also, it's kind of perfect for an alt where I'm like not trying to try too hard, but I don't know, man. Because this one is also a lot of passives, but they work around this new button that you've got. Okay. So we'll try Dark Rangers. So we've got our black arrow here. Am I happy with the buttons that are on my bar? I guess I'll get Hunter's Mark back in. And then we'll put Survival of the Fittest over here somewhere. Should we go play? Hang on a second. I also need to make sure, where is my pet utility? Tame Beast. Here, we'll get Dismiss Pet. Beast Lore, might need that. Mend Pet, important. And then Tame Beast, so that we can do that. I guess I can consolidate a little bit here. Does he have a call pet button? Must do.
Greetings, traveler.
Yeah, Dark Ranger, BM, and Marks. That's right. Do you think if BM is all passive, you could play with 1 through 5 with shift and alt modifiers? Yeah, I mean that's 15 key points. How many buttons do I have that are actually, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that are like part of 7 damage buttons and then a handful of utility buttons. You could probably make it work. All right. So I'm going to start these quests, even though we've done them before. I'm excited to try out these hunter buttons, and then when I get farther into the zone and we start finding some more beasts, I wanna check them out and see what kind of different things we can tame. I know I'm excited about the mud skipper in particular, but nothing says that we have to stop there. Also, I need auto loot over here. And then maybe like nameplates. And then maybe like a reload to save everything. Alright. So there's Dark Arrow. I need to see that a few more times. once it comes off cooldown. It's the purple one over here. Pardon me, black arrow. Fire a black arrow into your target. It does damage over time, and it has a chance to give you an extra barb shot charge. Okay, it looks pretty sweet. It makes like a little screamy sound when you cast it. That's kind of sick. What do you mean no path available? Uh-oh, train tracks. Evading. What was it that was going to cause an AoE burst? Multi-shot. So if I multi-shot a target that has black arrow, they should do like a little... Will the mud skipper be called Skippy? Alright. 14-year-old edgy teenagers rejoice. There's going to be some serious Sylvanas-themed hunters going around, I'm sure. You could make a pretty good one. Alright, so there's black arrow. And there's the little multi-shot AoE. That's pretty cool. I saw a post on Twitter talking about the wasted potential with BM hero talents to make them a tank. Could be cool. I haven't read the post, so I'm sure I'm not informed enough. I am initially pretty disappointed with pack leader talents in particular. Why am I disappointed? Why do I have a problem with there being a hero talent tree that is completely passives that don't change your rotation at all? I think it's because there's not even like an option in there. Like, it's not that, like, most hero talent trees that I've seen, they're not really making your class harder to play or even really more complicated. They play as kind of like a real, like, they're milder than tier bonuses generally in terms of how much they actually change what you're doing. You get like maybe an extra button and maybe like a little more interaction, but for the most part, they're almost more about the vibe. So why do I have a problem with pack leader? I guess I'll have to try it out. Maybe if I see the visuals, which I don't know if they're in properly. Some of the hero talents are working with dev visuals only. But if the visuals are in, maybe it'll look cool in a way that feels good. I don't know. I think I've always been a little bit annoyed by classes where you press one button and it just does like a bunch of stuff that you don't feel like you worked for. Demon Hunter feels that way to me. Whenever I like press any key in my Demon Hunter, it does like backflips and then writes 2 poems before like going to bed, and I don't know what happened. Okay. Are you more disappointed with a lackluster tree or one that is not implemented? Oh, the lackluster one for sure. Any tree that's not implemented yet is a wash with possibilities. It's just you know, it could be amazing. It could be horrifying. We don't know. Too soon to say. Jeffrey Preston Bezos, thank you for the brand new sub. Welcome. Could be anything, even a boat. They're edgy poems, though. Yeah. I shouldn't talk dirty on my boy Nightflame too much. This quest I wasn't having any luck with, but I guess we can try it again. I don't know why I expect anything to work differently today from yesterday. I guess maybe something could have been broken specifically on Priest, but not on Hunter. Always a possibility. Do I have beast tracking? Hunter tracking. I'm going to turn beast tracking on specifically because I want to kind of like look around and, you know, sort out what kind of new tameable beasts I can find. Can you imagine your boy Nightflame asking you to read their poetry? Would you more than once? It depends on if he wants me to read it like aloud in his presence or if I'm allowed to like skim through it alone in a dark room and then give no feedback. Did you see the toy that's definitely meant to keep alchemists from drowning? I didn't. Maybe I won't use it just to preserve the fantasy of going to throw myself in the nearest ocean every time that I end up with a fish head on. You're not a Miss Mindseer? Yeah, I miss Mindseer for the purposes of running old dungeons. like really old content, it was nice to have kind of like an on-demand, no cooldown, you know, just AoE that you could use. The different versions of it have worked different levels of funkily. There is versions of Mindseer that would not damage the target that you were actually mind-searing, because it was a thing that you were able to do on like friendly or unfriendly enemies. As a lifelong rogue Pallymaid, taking a hard left turn into Evoker Lock for War Within. Here your talents look too cool. Makes a big bubble of water for you to swim in. Oh, that is kind of neat. Actually, that does sound a little bit fun. That does sound kind of cool. I might try that. Alright, you guys are hopefully reassured. There's a bunch of animals. Terrace skippers and sweet snufflers. Alright, here we go. So first of all, Rip Fox. You're getting released. Second of all. Oh yeah. So if we Beast Lord the Skipper, it is a tenacity pet with smack, swarm of flies, growl, dash, eats all kinds of stuff, which doesn't really matter. How big is it? Oh, for heaven's sake. For crying out loud. Yeah, they count as toads. So that's why it's tenacity. That is the finest toad that anybody's ever seen. I need to RP walk so that it can RP walk along with me. It's so funny to me that when it's like just lumping her along, it uses both of its flippers in tandem, and then when you start running, it's like, nope, gotta go! Places to be! Oh my god. Oh, I love it so much. That is perfect, and I require it. Alright, I'm gonna dismiss that for now, and I'm gonna look into, I know I just killed one, but I want to look into, other, maybe getting one of these mole things. Those must be tameable, right? Sweet Snuffler. Dame Yvonne, thank you very much for the 22-month resub. Appreciate it. Oh man, I think Hunter might be winning out as my top pick for an alt. Alright, Sweet Snufflers are cunning pets. They eat only fungus, as though that matters. Here, let me summon the Wind Serpent and abandon it. There we go. Cycron, thank you for the 5-month resub. Love how they put a lot of thought into the animations, not just the models. Uh-oh. Oh, I see. I got one of them and the other one's upset. So, we can tame the mole rats, which means that you can probably find mole rats with different designs on them to tame, because I know they had like the star snout ones as well. This is a cunning pet. And that looks pretty good too. Go Placidly, thank you for the 16-month resub. Yeah, I'm gonna main the priest. I'm gonna be a holy priest main. The star snout ones are my favorite. Oh man. What else do we have? Moths, basilisks. Those are the two things that I like really wanted to try, was the mud skipper. Yeah, the mud skipper and the and the mole rat. Let's get our friend Skippy back. I'll have to name him. Here, I promised to rename Skippy. Oh man. Apparently the new stable has, actually I wonder if I can go to Gundergaz and like, there must be a stable master over there. Supposedly the new stable has a slot where you can put, specify your second pet that gets summoned separately from like your normal stable cache. So if I look for Stable masters. It used to be a townsfolk thing. We've got auctioneer, banker, barber, mailbox, profession, trainers, transmog. I can't track stable masters anymore. Are there NPCs that will talk to me about it? Bet it's going to be popular in PvP. Yeah, I want to see the new stable UI. I'm sure there must be a stable master around here. I might just have to, like, look. Love the aesthetic with the pipes mixed with the KV bits. The machine speaker stuff. I recently watched, so Blizzard put out a little video, like a 5-minute video talking about delves, where they did the thing like, this is an adventure for 1 to 5 players, and I watched it, and they were talking about no, the guards also haven't been helpful yet. Even in the main city, they were not. Yeah, there's like, they weren't they didn't say anything. It's just an alpha thing, I think. Maybe back in, well, no, because we can't get back to the main city, can we? But in that delve video, they were talking about all of the different delves that you're going to be able to do, and it was funny because they were trying to make them sound so like unique and distinct from each other, and they were like, in this one you're gonna go into a cave that's been taken over by Nerubians, and then in this one you get to help the Arathi fight back the Nerubians, and look, it's an abandoned mine shaft where you're going to be fighting the Nerubians. But like, they were trying not to just say it over and over again, despite the fact that that was clearly the thing that they were saying. And I appreciate that there's like different objectives in that you might even do within the same delve against the Nerubians. Like, it's like I get what they were trying to say, and I'm excited about it. But oh man, I got a kick out of that video. Hello Hazel, hope you're having a nice day. Hello. Thank you very much. It's very sweet. All right, I can't find a stable master. The guards won't help me. The tracking won't help me. Unless there's just like tracking that I can't see here. One that we'll leave as a mystery for you to discover. Curious what that one's gonna be. I know they talked about having like the hard one that's like just a boss for you to fight, like a difficult boss battle. And I'm kind of curious to see how that measures up against other sort of single player. Although I guess you can do delves with up to 5 people. So unlike the Mage Tower, you could, if you wanted to, do that like challenging delve or whatever with a party, kind of like how we could with kind of like what we could do with whatchamacallums, the Torghast. You could take people with you into Torghast if you wanted. 13th delve requires doing tier 11 and all of the 12 other delves. Nice campfire with your companion until it's attacked by the Nerubians. Yeah. I think I'm gonna end up having my I think I'm gonna end up having crab mode on. Mostly not because I'm afraid of spiders, but just because crabs are kind of more fun. And it just seems like I would enjoy waves of crabs more than waves of Nerubians. Oh, is this the new race? Yeah, this is an Earthen hunter. Also, it's occurred to me that quest was not working, so we can come back and do this one instead. I bet you today and I know I was doing some of these quests yesterday, but I bet you if we just like keep pushing, it'll take us to delves eventually. Because yesterday I did not get to doing delves in this zone, and there must be some. I know my warband's done this quest already, but we're a hunter now. It'll be great. Should we, now that we've played around with Black Arrow a little bit, should we switch to try pack leader? Bree Buns, thank you for the 30-month resub. Which one is the best crab? That's the deepest cut of Hazel lore. Anything that could be connected to secrets. I have no sixth sense for that kind of thing. I'm sure there will be stuff, but I couldn't say. This time Bliss has gone too far. They've given us crabs. Crabs in the ocean. Alright. So yeah, you can. This talent node is basically: do you want to do AoE or do you want to do AoE? Do you want longer beast cleave or do you want more damage in your multi shot? I'm sure there's gonna be like a correct answer. And then this one is: do you want barbed shot procs or do you want just an extra pet coming from bestial wrath? This is the closest thing to like an actual choice node in the whole tree. We'll try that. You can have 2 pets by your side as BM. That's because of the animal companion talent that I think, generally speaking, you do take in Beastmaster. You're gonna have a pair of pets with you. You don't have to take the talent, but I think generally people do. Oh yeah, I wanted to see if I could loot the scary chest without the candles. No, it's locked now. Yeah, okay. I betcha that you need to light all the candles, and you might need, like, help lighting all the candles, unless you're, like, some kind of a super sick, fast candle lighter, to open the scary chest. I was able to loot this on my Shadow Priest, and I don't know if it's because I was, like, in Void form, so we were all purple, or if, or what the deal is. I think that might be, you might need help for that one. But anyway, that one had a little pet in it. Okay, so we no longer have Black Arrow, because we are now in the Animal Companion tree. So the main thing is just more. Your buttons are just gonna do more. I'm wondering if I'm gonna notice any like additional visuals. I don't know. I'm enjoying the Mud Skipper just wreaking havoc, dealing out carnage. I need a pair of them so I can have 2 of them. Maybe in War Within, I'll keep a hunter just like set up for the whole X-Pack. I'll do that as like my main alt. Might be kind of fun. I enjoyed it for a little bit of Season 2 and a little bit of Season 3. The question then becomes which hunter, because I have lots of them and I like them all. But I'm unwilling to actually gear more than one of them. It was the human hunter for a while, because she had the moose dog and the Kira pet. And, you know, she could tame mud skippers too. It didn't look like it was BM only. It's just a toad. So you could also have this mud skipper on survival or marksman. Oh, I also didn't do the world boss this week either. Oh well. Hazel, happy Saturday? Happy Saturday. I'll have the AoE souffle with extra AoE on the side. Require souffle. There is still time. There is. I don't know what else I'm going to do this week, though. I might get to doing more dungeons if people end up on. We'll see. My schedule is kind of all over the place. I've been, like, up at weird times and sleeping at weird times and then, like, working at weird times, and I don't know when I'm doing any of the above next. I just kind of go until I stop, and then I stop until I go. Oh, we got to kill Charmonger again. Saturday, I thought it was Friday. Nah, we're into Saturday. It's an adventure. I made taco bowls, which is where I made all the fixings for tacos, but then I couldn't be bothered to actually, like, assemble them into the tacos, so I just put them all into a big bowl, and then I, like, crunched up the taco shells on top, and then I said, taco bowl! Because I'm nothing if not a chef that can create meals that are designed to be shoveled into your face with one spoon. Are the rumors true that we will be able to gild alts across different realms in the future. Like cross-realm guilds? Is that what we're about? Guild alts. Okay. Yes, cross-realm guilds are a thing. Are they a thing now? Tough question. Not yet. Okay, I'm glad somebody knows because I'm blanking. I know we have cross-faction guilds. I know that we can trade ourselves items cross-realm with the warbank. Like your warbank is shared across your characters in War Within, and you can like use that to move items. I would really like. No, this will never happen. But I would really like to play duos with you. I think it wouldn't. I don't think you would like it. I also don't think it's very likely, but I don't think you would like it. I am a bit of a nightmare to play duos with. Half the time I don't really get a build together. And I've just, you know, I reach like turn 8 and I'm like, I have no plan. Duos in Hearthstone Battlegrounds. Are you running any dungeons? I'm not in queue for one right now. I probably should get into queue, shouldn't I? Random dungeon. Let's do that. I feel like we need to ask Flabby about this. Flabby's under a contract to reveal only flattering information about me. If there's a libel clause where my feline lawyer can dust him if he trips up. Kitty Cat's the legal department in this operation. Is that why we hear so little from him? Oh man. I miss just like hanging out and playing games with Flabby. I've just been busy recently. I'm trying so hard to keep my brain in my skull and to kind of like keep myself like a little bit together and a little bit on top of the stuff that I need to be doing, and it's so hard. I like the noises these guys make. It's kind of fun. I don't know how much that's coming through stream. I have it turned down a little bit, I think. Haven't gotten a salute in game in a hot minute. Yeah, I don't know how much. I know he's been doing auctions, but I don't think he's been super active in WoW. I guess now that Season 4 is in, he's probably doing some dungeons now, but I think he's been playing Hearthstone. I think he's been playing Hearthstone. Most of the randoms I play duos with don't get builds together anyway. Earthen ID plaques, there we go. I really liked that taco bowl. It was really good. The beans turned out really good, which I appreciate because I didn't put any real effort into them. I just kind of pressure cooked them with some spices. I didn't even use onion. I used some fresh garlic because I'd be silly not to. It's one of those things that I always have on me that's like real easy to spice up. Oh, I don't know if I've looked at that herb model yet. I've seen Blessing Blossoms and Myco Blooms, but this is a new herb called a Lure Drop. It's kind of pretty. The shape of the light in it is kind of giving anglerfish. It's also giving fiber optic lamp. I do always have fresh garlic. Or not on my person, but like in my kitchen. Sometimes it starts to sprout and then I know that I haven't used it fast enough. Alright. I am playing some BM Hunter in the War Within Alpha. I'm trying out the new hero talent trees. I'm in the pack leader hero talent tree right now, trying to figure out if I notice any of the things that it does. My next kill command is going to deal more damage. Ready? Yeah, there is a visual. It's kind of a blink and you'll miss it sort of thing. Aren't you worried about vampires? No. I feel like I'm not healthy enough for a vampire to want to have anything to do with me. Like, I feel like if you were a vampire, you could probably, especially in this town, find some people that are like, you know, exercising and eating organic foods all the time. I'm like a raisin that lives off of mint tea and like, I don't know. What else do I eat? Toast. I use actual fresh garlic or dried whole garlic. All right. Well, now I feel like that we're moving the goalposts. I'm not using garlic powder, and I'm not using one of those jars of like pre-minced garlic that people keep in the fridge that frighten me. Had to borrow a head of garlic from the neighbors this week. I didn't uproot the garlic with my own fingers from the earth, if that's the question. Maybe garlic is available differently in Germany. It's just kind of like it's a bulb of garlic. You peel off the clove, you go, and then you like press it. And I always call that fresh garlic as opposed to like garlic powder, you know? Carry around a little satchel of garlic at all times in case I meet a vampire. Peel clove, smoosh clove. I smoosh the clove in preparation to peel it. I'll chop off both ends and then I smoosh it so that the rest of the peel comes off in like one good swoop. In great mysteries that are garlic related in the world, you know how if you get scents on your fingers from cooking, like a garlic smell, or like maybe you've been handling fish, if your hands smell because you've been touching smelly ingredients when you're cooking, you can rub them on stainless steel to neutralize those odors in some fancy sciencey way. And indeed, they even sell products that are like a bar of soap that is just like a soap-shaped item of stainless steel that you can use to like get rid of the smells. My great mysterious question is, does that consume the steel in any way? Is there a limited lifespan to how long that will work on the one item of steel? Because like it can't just be magically forever, can it? And if so, how? I need to know. I've never actually gotten one of those because I don't know if that's an item that you replace. If so, is it like a toothbrush where it starts to like kind of change color? Does the steel start to smell funny? I need to know more about the mechanics because I understand that it works, but I don't understand how, which means as far as I'm concerned, it's magic. Soap-shaped chunk of stainless steel. So does the same one work forever? No need to replace. So you could use it for like 50 years and it would still do it. You could be rubbing your fishy smelled hands on it for 50 years and it would still be like in the same condition. Because that sounds too good to be true. 50 years is not forever. That's what I'm saying. I'm being generous here. Tips for healing a blood decay. My only tip is to have resource bars enabled in your UI so you can see not only their health bar, but also their blue bar, their runic power. And just kind of treat that as an extension of their health bar. Because if they die and they had blue bar left, that's a them problem. They should have death striked. It is stressful because their health spikes a lot. I just make peace with the fact that some of you may die. And at this point, it's not my fault. Had mine for like a year, haven't noticed any decrease in its strength. Wash the thing. I just want to understand how it works, and if so, how does that continue working indefinitely? I just don't get it. I'm having a stupid moment. The sulfur binds with the molecules in the metal. So once that's done, is there a limited amount of them that can function in that way? Is that a stupid question? And then, so where does the combined sulfur / metal go? Does it go into the water? Does it go into the air? Does it go into me? I have all of the curiosity of a science student and none of the education. DK has a shout macro with a cringe voice line just to make it even better. Tips for healing a blood DK. Chill out, their HP bar is fake. No take candle. Hi, Hazel and Joyers. Hello, Allison. How are you doing today? I would like an article. The links are not allowed. This is true. It's your highest level in alpha. I would say 73, but that's kind of where they skip me to right now anyway. They've been just kind of like jumping you to the level for the zone that they're testing. It's not at the stage of alpha where you like level 70 to 80 in kind of one go. Dungeon theme involving candles is so good. We ran that one yesterday. The last boss was confusing to me, but I feel like I understand it better now that we've actually like looked at this thing. Because yeah, I had my main interest in the smell thing. Well, not so much garlic. I don't really mind when my fingers smell like garlic. I kind of like it. I'm weird like that. But when I was actively fishing and I was cleaning fresh fish, that'll make your hands smell real gross. And I was working around it by using I used a salicylic acid wash, like literally like an acne face wash on my hands, and it would zap the smell for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it worked. But I know that they make the stainless steel things as well. Did you see the one article about a new angler fish race? No. The metal molecules that bind with the sulfur form a small layer on the outside of the steel, and when you wash it, it gets washed away. It does get used up over time, but we're talking about molecules, so it takes a long time. Okay. That feels, all right. I feel better now, thank you. That makes sense. Metal sink, you could rub your hands in the sink or the faucet or whatever. I think that my problem was that I just didn't understand the mechanics of it, so I didn't know that if there was something consumed, I didn't want to be like, I don't know, corroding my faucet. Like, in a way that would affect my security deposit. Also like the smell of garlic. That, basil or rosemary, never be in a hurry to ditch the scent. I need to cook with basil like today because I have so much of it coming out of my hydroponic thing. I used a bunch of cilantro yesterday in the taco bowls and that was good, but the basil is like shading at everything. I need to... You know that sourdough batter is really bad for your sink too? I didn't, but now that you mentioned it, it checks out. It's good to know. If you don't like smell like garlic the next day, are you eating enough? I always figured the trick is just to, if you're worried about smelling like garlic for like a romantic partner or a date, you just make sure that they have the same amount as you. And then if you both stink, then nobody minds. Unless you're going to live there for hundreds of years, I would not worry about it affecting your security deposit. I like this place, but I really hope I don't live here for hundreds of years. My goodness. Speaking of your air garden, have you had any issues with bug pests in those plants? Yeah, I had, not this time around so far, but I had a problem with that. I had the thing set up in a closet, and I think the problem was because it was a closet, I didn't look at it often enough, which meant that I didn't prune it often enough, which meant that it got kind of overgrown, and then there would be plant parts that would get like kind of shaded out and they would wither and they would die. And because there was decaying material there, that was like really a breeding ground for like little flies and stuff. I think as long as you're keeping on top of it, it should be fine. But I've noticed that it likes having some air circulation and it likes me not ignoring it. So putting it somewhere where I actually will like keep on top of pruning it, because it grows really fast when it's going, and otherwise, you know, you can just like you give it fertilizer every 2 weeks, so it's kind of easy to write it off as, oh, I don't need to look at this right now. But I had a problem with it when I was ignoring it too much. So this time I'm trying to do better. It wasn't too hard to break it down and clean it out, though. I cleaned it with bleach. I just used some diluted bleach after I tore it out last time and pulled all the roots out of it and stuff, and it seems fine. Make pesto, freeze it if you have tons. I still have pesto in my freezer from the last time I did this. Although I have pine nuts this time, so I can make real pesto and not just Hazel's fake pesto. Oh, this is right about where we got last time. Morning, Hazel. Morning, Jans. How are you doing today? Happy Saturday. I hope things are going well. This is a nice gate. Whoa. I love these guys. Fake pesto with Hazel is where you make pesto, but you don't have pine nuts because you're cheap. So it's just like olive oil, basil, Parmesan, and salt. Gets the job done, more or less. Maybe like a little bit of lemon juice or something. But traditional pesto has pine nuts in it. No, I don't use hazelnuts because of the aforementioned cheapness. All nuts are expensive. Slammed out a few keys last night. Nice. Yeah, I heard people were doing keys. I was busy last night. I was busy. I might get to doing some keys later, but I don't know when or if, because there's a strong chance that I pass out at some point today and just take a abnormally long nap. Scout out and distribute pamphlets. Before take mines, my people live in great city. Stoneheads calleth the Warrens a kobold city. The Candle King's bullies run it now. We need to see what we're fighting. What better way than pamphlets? Everybody loves pamphlets. Brinthus says you have a flying dragon bird thing? Perfect for dropping pamphlets. You betcha. Costco nuts not too bad. Yeah, Costco is kind of a no-go for me. Partly because I'm shopping for 2 people and a dog. And I don't have like a ton of storage space to keep like bulk things while I use them over time, and I don't have like a chest freezer or anything. And partly because I don't have that much public social anxiety, but what I do have is heavily triggered by Costco. It's like my worst nightmare. Oh no, I don't want to be using aerial halt. There we go. I want to be using Madhouse stopped going. Also requires taking the ferry. No, we have Costco on the island. There's one in Langford and there's another one up in Nanaimo. But it would require going navigating. You'd have to time it against traffic basically because you don't want to be stuck on that highway at the wrong time. This works. I was like trying to take aerial halt on my bar so I could get back to throwing pamphlets, but apparently I'm doing a great job right now. Getting a little blizzard happening here. Power's going off and on. Oh. You should tell the weather that it's April. My goodness. Nanaimo, where the bars are. How's it going? Hello. It's going all right. How are you doing? Engaging gameplay. Whoa. I want to take a closer look at this whole enormous candle thing. There's kobolds riding moths on top of flames. There's a candle flyer captain up here. Are there actually a lot of bars there? I'm assuming so, because when I lived in Nanaimo, I was not old enough to go to bars, and there was nothing to do because everybody said everybody else was at the bar. So I was given Draenor. I could kind of see the colors. I want to just like... I mean, there's a bunch of enemies around here, but I just kind of... Look at all these candles! Why does this excite me so much? Never got their obsession with candles. Well, you just wait. If you play War Within and you read all the Kobold quest text, they'll walk you through the whole thing. There's a lot of candle-related lore going on over here. I wonder if when they first added kobolds in the candle thing, it was just somebody being LOL Rar Dinosaur Random because that was the year that it was, but then they had to fill out a backstory because of the year that it is now. Oh, didn't know this was a thing. Oh, man. And then this looks like a big melting pot. Oh, yeah, lots of wax. These are the wax tail wax melters. It's a bit surprising to me that I personally have never had a candle making phase because it just seems like one of those things that I would have done. Yeah, kobolds and their candles have been a thing as far back as Classic. Oh. Torch Snarl. I wanna... Are you the Candle Flyer Captain? You are the Candle Flyer Captain. Excuse me. Can you come see me for a moment? There we go. Of course you tamed the walking fish. That's why we made a hunter. If you guys could, like, come back for a second. With the Bestial Wrath is pretty good. Not even the small wax bead things. No, never. Absolutely never. I made soap with my mom when I was a little kid. And one day, if I get more room, I can keep her soap making supplies. Maybe I need to do a little inventory. She's moving. I could probably help her out if I took it off her hands. Aper moisturizing under its tail after a long day of hunting. I was showing people earlier how when it's just like walking at walking speed, it uses both of its hands together to kind of lump along, both of the flippers. And it's only when you really need it to go fast that it starts like alternating them and stretching them out. It's my favorite thing. Oh. Delightful. New intro for War Within is just the Mudskipper. It's a new model in War Within. You can get them as battle pets. You can get them as hunter pets. As far as I know, are they available as mounts actually? Did they make a skipper mount? I'm not that lucky, am I? No. If they couldn't give us ducks and dragonflight, I don't know if they're gonna give us this thing as a mount, but they should. It's fantastic. See you later, kitty cat. Vicious mud skipper. Holy, that would get me. I would PvP for that. Maybe I just need to forget about healing PvP, and I just need to embrace my head empty no brain BM Hunter 2's roots. Or even 3's, but double DPS 2's might be where it's at. What about Gladiator's Mudskipper? Oh. The intro's now 15 minutes and it's just the Mudskipper. What if I rigged the intro to auto start at a time as opposed to me having to manually start it so I could never be late? Or like if I was late, the intro would play and then there would just be like an empty screen being like, she's not here. Taking too long to say goodbye to the puppy. I gotta give him the scrooches. Shocked that you're not a gnome hunter. I figured it was War Within Alpha. I should play an Earthen. Although you can't really tell that he's an Earthen. He's just wearing all of his hunter armor. So this alpha zone is new for this week. It's the same one that we were playing yesterday on stream. How long is the gem food buff? I haven't been able to test it. I haven't been able to get it working. It says you can activate the button to use it, but the button itself doesn't do anything when you activate it. Or it's not activatable yet. So maybe in a future build I'll get that going. From the sounds of the gem food buff, it was until changed. It sounded like it was just on, and then you would eat the gems to adjust it to a different stat, but you could just leave it on one stat forever if you wanted. You were always well fed, activate ingest minerals to consume a gem, and change the benefit granted to you by well fed. But it doesn't look like it's going to fall off. It says always well fed. But yeah, it says activate ingest minerals, but it's a passive and it doesn't do nothing yet. You know what the racial pet is for hunters? I don't think so. When I automated it, gave me just like Shadowlands pets. You just eat rocks? Mm-hmm. As a Stardew fan, I must make an Earthen called Abigail for reasons. With I don't think they have like a super purple hair, but you can do purple gems certainly. What's funny to me is that like Emily also likes gems in that game, and she's great, as does the dwarf. Like you can give any of them gems. I guess it's just Abigail because she has that like poster that she posts where she says that she wants to actually eat it. But she's got the reputation. Maybe the stone rams. That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense actually. Waterlogged refuse. Who doesn't want to pick up some soggy garbage? Man. I have been trying to fix peeling lips for like 2 weeks. I am staying hydrated. I am moisturizing them regularly. I am protecting them before I go outside. I don't know what the problem was. I think it was just that I got like giga stressed and it makes my face split. And it's just been trying to heal even though I've settled down a little bit. But I cannot fix them. They're driving me nuts. Do you ever play Warlock? I have a Warlock alt. I have a gnome Warlock named Boy. I don't play him too much though. I haven't been using. I don't know what to do with him. I don't know what he does. My main is a gnome Holy Priest. I play Holy Priest. I just play Shadow for questing and events and stuff whenever anybody needs me to do damage. This is War Within Alpha. Is Giga better or worse than Omega Stressed? My instinct says it's more, which in this case would mean worse. But I don't know why. Stress breaks everything. It's wild the things on your body that can react to high levels of distress, especially when it's sustained over like multiple days. Stuff just starts busting, man. Boy was a good boy when he camped the one pet battle trainer for the Pandaria sack with a pet in it. Did I tell you that I got the Warlock class order hall mount? I logged onto him and finally found Helnerath, and I killed him and I got the mount, so I now have all of the Warlock class mounts. We got that last one checked off the list. Liz Arden, 8-hour unscented, man-made lanolin. I used to use lanolin on my trumpet. I used to buy it from the pharmacy to use as slide grease because my mentor swore by it. And hydrous lanolin specifically. I don't know how you feel about lanolin. I see. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I was thinking I might need like an exfoliant or something. I used to do like a coconut oil sugar thing that worked. No, I haven't been playing my trumpet. No. I don't have any I think I have like some generic like Long and McQuaid slide grease. Fix your lips, get some Lancino. What is Lancino? Did the lanolin make you feel sheepish? Okay, I'm gonna show my naivety here. I don't actually know how lanolin is created. Next class order hall be Shaman, make Flabby happy. I don't know if Flabby cares if I get the Shaman mount or not. Oh, it's a wool byproduct. I didn't know that. I think that's fine. I'm not vegan. I wear wool. I have leather goods. I'm not too upset about it. Chapped lips, you can use it in chapped and cracked lips. Because, yeah, I'm having that really annoying problem that I'm sure some of you guys have had before, where, like, they're splitting at the edges. So if you yawn too big or you open your mouth too much to eat or whatever, it just, like, splits again, and it hurts really bad. You are a werewolf. That's the worst. Yeah. Can't all be winners. It makes it really hard to, like, floss on that side of my mouth, and I have to. But I split my lips open every time I do it. Had that a few weeks ago. Also when your nose cracks at the corners. That's never happened to me. And I'm sorry that's ever happened to you. That sucks. Had that problem for years during grad school, actually. I used to have all kinds of theories about it, because I like looked it up because I used to WebMD real hard whenever anything went wrong with me. And I'd have all kinds of theories of like, oh man, maybe it's an iron deficiency. Maybe it's like a fungal infection. Maybe, and I would try all these things. And eventually I figured out that for me specifically, it just happens when I'm super stressed. And as soon as I'm like doing better, it generally clears up, as long as I like take good care of it and I keep it like dry and clean. But it's just one of those things where whenever I'm like really, really stressed, it's just one of those things that goes wrong. Used a lot for babies. Oh. What is that hunter pet? It's a mud skipper. They count as toads technically, so they're tenacity pets. Do you think excessive WebMDing contributes to stress long term? 100%. I try not to do it anymore. Nowadays, if something goes wrong with me, I just hope it goes away. But yeah, I've found that looking things up and browsing articles and watching videos in general tends to degrade my well-being. Anything we can do? Oh, it's very sweet of you. You guys are absolutely perfect. I appreciate people show up and hang out, and we do nice streams on good days and we do nice streams on bad days, and I appreciate it. I wouldn't change a thing. Is it possible to dual wield mud skipper? It is. I need to find for that a whatchamacallit, a stable master. You know what I actually could do is I can hearth back to Orgrimmar and do it there. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because I want to see the new stable UI and I can't find a stable master out here. I'm sure there is one. I just don't know where it is. Ugh. We can tell you about our recent bakes. Oh. What have we baked? Reminds me too much of Jar Jar. The lips and the eyes, very Jar Jar. Dying to see all the new hunter pets we'll be able to tame. Alright, so hunter stuff back generally this way. I'm sure there's more of them, but I also want to change his transmog up so he can show off his bod. I hate aerial halt. I'm unbinding it. I never press it on purpose. I exclusively press it on accident. I mainly randomized this customization. I pressed the button a bunch of times, but we mainly just YOLO'd it. Still took like 15 minutes.
Come, shop, browse. Smell.
What can I put him in that shows off? I mean, I could just take his shirt off altogether. But I feel like he should have some kind of like a harness on. Here you go. You know, if you're gonna be an Earthen, maybe you want to like show off your Earthenness. Are you like an Earthen? They're more fun than I thought they were gonna be. Once I actually got to like playing around with the options, I kind of like them. They're growing on me. They don't really feel naked even when you take their clothes off. There's a strange take. I'll give them little shorts. Give them little shorts. Just because they're, I don't know, they're not fleshy. Do we have like a nice gun going on anywhere here? Maybe I should use a bow.
Farewell, friend
Can't
of
wait for their voice lines. Enjoying alpha so far? Yeah. There we go. Alright. One of you people has a stable master. You're a riding trainer. I've gone too far. Do you like the racials? Yeah, they're alright. He's got, they haven't done the visuals for Azurite Surge yet, but it does work. You can kind of... Oh, hang on. They've got more visuals than they had last week anyway. Or earlier. Or maybe I just didn't notice it. Anyway, that one's kind of cool. The Fed buff seems good. It's not working yet, but it seems like it'll be good. I am tripping. Hang on. Don't mind me. Excuse me. Ma'am, I need directions in a city that's been around for like 20 years. Can you show me the way to the stable master? Thank you. Also, don't mind me accidentally moving my drop shot. Literally right on top of where I just was. What are you doing here? Kennel master.
Loktar.
No.
For the horde.
How fare you?
These wolves appear well trained. They also look soft. Do you think they would mind if I pet them? Who is this evoker? What are they doing here? Why have they come to Orkamar just to pet the dogs? I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't. Oh, I found one. Okay. Alright, new stable UI time. Woo! This looks exciting. I need a break before I look at this. I'll be right back. Okay, thanks for your patience. I'm back. Let me see. New stable UI. Some Drakthir have been in stasis for quite a bit of time. I'd freak out too over fluffy dogs. That's true. Alright. So, we found Skippy here. He's got a standard toad thing. So we've got our different active pets. If I put him in the stable... There he is. We've got sorting by spec family. Here, let's put every other pet in the stable. So I can see these two are cunning. That one's ferocity. I thought there was a spot. Oh. A secondary pet can follow your active pet to inflict more damage. So I could, if I get another... Okay. So I could take Skippy, and I can actually swap him out, so he'll always be the secondary pet. Now if I go tame another mud skipper, I can have two of them. This is a mole rat. It's rodent family. Cunning. And then this is our mud skipper from the toad family. I haven't found any other cool new pets yet, but I don't need any more than this is perfect. This one is everything. Hunter pets would be per hunter. Unless I'm hugely mistaken, but I don't think they're shared. It's given ROUS. What's that? Okay.
For the horde.
So now, when I call our boy here, rodents of unusual size. Oh. I didn't know we had an acronym for that. Good name for mole rat. Go. Oh, from Princess Bride. Oh. Test it by making a new hunter. See if Skippy is there. I don't want to log off for too long and lose my dungeon queue that we've been in for 41 minutes. Molly, Rufus. Rufus. Of course. Done. Yeah. Yeah. Toad's, Skippy's tenacity. He's also my favorite. You'd think it would get old, but I don't think it's gonna get old. He's very big. Speaking of which, am I big? I'm a dwarf, but I'm an earthen dwarf. I'm not taller than an orc. I guess orcs are kind of big. I watched the Warcraft movie. I mean, they're smaller than Drakthir. I guess Drakthir are enormous. Can we find like a... I'm not as big as a panda either. I mean, these are NPC pandas, but no. You're taller than a standard dwarf. I know, but like, I thought it would be by more. If I'm gonna be taller than a normal dwarf, I thought it would be like, I don't know, more noticeable than this. This is kind of a long shot, but like, are there normal dwarves anywhere in Orgrimmar? Alright, I'm taller than a Volpera. That's good, I suppose. I don't know. I feel like I'm like 10% taller than a dwarf. The muscles and rocks make up for your height. Oh no, you're fine, Dorda. After the dungeon, if we do get into one, I can take a look at that. I just haven't heard anything about hunter pets becoming account wide. It would surprise me quite a bit. The new interface looks nice though. Male dance surely makes them 10,000. Oh yeah, that's right. Now that we're on a male one, we can take a look at that. I know people have seen gifs and stuff before, but there's the there he goes. Have a good stream. Off to play WoW myself a little. Nice. Have fun. Checked out how the Glacial Tidestorm looks. I'll take a look and see if I have it. Yeah, he's got moves. Basically every flying mount, almost every flying mount, it gets skywriting. There you go. Woo! Got in from work. How's tricks? Started playing my Prevoker again for the first time since Shadowlands 1. Forgot how amazing they are. Nice. How's tricks? I don't know what you mean. I'm good. Alpha's fun. I need to go back to the Ringing Deeps. Would have loved some ice particles when you skyride as that mount. How's tricks means how are things. Really? I've never heard that before. Remember, Hazel is over 30. Listen. Like most of us aren't. When you say tricks, all I can think of are A, trick or treat, the PG thing, and then B, the non-PG thing, of which we shall not mention. And for one of them, it's not Halloween, and the other one would be wildly offensive, so I'm assuming that's not what you're going for. I never understand what Britt is saying. I think I'm just not hip enough with the lingo. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah. Okay, so this quest is no good. We gotta head back over to these ones. I'm gonna go back to being a Dark Ranger because Pack Leader's really boring. There's nothing doing. Apparently I have 10 thought of tricks of cereal. I'm from the UK, it's all my fault. Oh, so your name like means it then. This would explain a lot. I wanted to reserve Rocksputin for my Earthen, but it's already taken in all realms. Oh man. Also from the UK, I've never heard of that phrase. Nope, pure coincidence. It's only been, what, 5 years? Oh man. No more aerial halt. I don't want it. I don't think I have any charming Canadianisms aside from people disagreeing over how to say bagel and pasta. I don't think I have like actual lingo that needs further explanation. I mean, I guess I am like West Coast Canada, and I spent 7 years in Oregon. I basically speak like I'm from Seattle. My aerial halt is diving into the ground. How did I grow up using this and I am not from the UK? Maybe it's not a UK thing. Maybe it's I don't know. I don't know where it came from. What are the stances on bagel pronunciation? I say bagel, and then some people go bagel. Like they're gonna get a bag of bagels. and they look at me like I'm being silly. How is Hunter feeling so far? It's fun. It doesn't seem wildly different. The Dark Ranger tree is my favorite tree so far for BM. The Pack Leader tree seemed pretty underwhelming. It just didn't really do anything. Is Ope a Canadian thing like it is in the Midwest? A little bit, yeah. But it's basically just like a short version of oops, as in to apologize preemptively for potentially being in somebody's way. Like a pardon me kind of thing. I have a friend from BC that says Mario. Yeah. I think we grew up saying that, and I think at some point I stopped. Decidedly not from the UK, and I know what house tricks means. So what's the connecting factor then? Where did you guys learn this? Is it from a media? Is it a reference to something? You guys are just all cooler than me. Let me squeeze past you, Wisconsinite. Yeah, I would be if I had the nerve to squeeze past anybody. I just awkwardly wait until they're done, and then I pass by, or I'll turn around, go the other way down the aisle, and then find an empty one to go through. I hate being outside. Ope is so good. Also, whoopa. Meaning very different things depending on if you're in Greece or Korea. Me, every time a customer decides to shop the area I'm actively working in, I always feel awful trying to shop someplace where someone's actually stalking. I have like 7 apologies that I'll use especially if like I need something in the area where they're actually stalking. Excuse me, sorry, pardon me. May I just, so sorry. I'll never darken your door again, kind of thing. You show the Dark Ranger tree talents you like best. There's not a whole lot of choice in the thing. Like you pretty much get the whole tree, and then it's just a question of choosing. There's a couple of choice nodes here. I chose to have the cooldown of Black Arrow reduced when the target dies because I'm questing, whereas the other one would make more sense in like a raid encounter. I took some passive self-healing. I took some passive shatter damage increased, as opposed to extra charges of barbed shot. Quickly grab the item, scuttle off like I committed a crime. I wait for them to switch aisles and get what I want when they're gone. I've realized that I really enjoy going for walks on weekend mornings early because a lot of people sleep in, so you don't run into as many people. And I realized this is awful of me because everybody I run into is super nice. People are considerate, they're friendly. Nobody does anything that should make me uncomfortable in any way, but I just kind of like, I don't know. I'm not ready to talk to anybody first thing in the morning. And you don't even have to do it. Sometimes you're just like, hey, how you doing? Have a great day. And that's all you need. And I've memorized that script and I can do it. And sometimes that's still too much for me. Contemplate going to another grocery store at that point. In the Guardian ones, you have the choice of boring or mortal danger. Yeah. I have less ability to avoid people altogether with Moose, though, because he will introduce me to people and stop it. He'll be like, wait, no, we know them. They might say hi to me. I can see that they're busy, but if I sit right here and refuse to move, eventually they will come over and speak with us. And I'm like, buddy, please. Mom has not had coffee yet. He's baby. He doesn't care. And he's right. He knows the people. He has a sense for people that like him that will want to come over and say hi to him. He can totally tell. What am I doing in here? I'm defeating Torch Snarl. I think I need to wait for him to respawn. Sweet pupper. He's a good boy. Bulky over your headphones, only obligated to wave. Yeah, I see people doing that. I think that might be a good move. I just feel like now that people know me, I would be like unneighborly to like not say hi now that we're like acquainted. Also, I would walk into traffic. He wants everyone to tell him what a good boy he is. He wants to sniff their hand, but he doesn't want them to pet him. It's pretty funny because like he really wants to say hi to people, but Moose's version of saying hi is giving them a good sniff and then jumping back to see if they want to play and then carrying on with his day. Like if they try to actually pet him, he'll totally duck them unless he super knows them. There's like, I can count on one hand the amount of people that can actually pet Moose if they meet him outside. It's not very many. Waves are acceptable. It's gotten to the point now where if I'm out and I'm out like on my own without Moose, people will be like, "Oh, hey, where's your dog?" Like I was going somewhere and I was going somewhere without my dog and more than once on my way there, people were like, "Wait, is Moose all right?" Yeah, he's fine. He's just at home. His dad's gonna take him out in a little bit. I've just got somewhere to be, which is cute. But wait. I've gone to the Dark Flame Cleft. Well, this is interesting. So this is the dungeon map. I'm in a kobold disguise. Perfect. Very good. We're stealthing. Sneak in, take back crown. Don't get too close to kobolds. Okay. I don't walk my kitty cat. She is blind. So she likes to stay in areas where she knows them, where she's familiar, and she's kind of mapped everything out. This guy is named Tiny, and his description says, "As dumb as he is massive." And I know that he's not on our side, but I am offended on his behalf. Also, there's an invisible wall here. I'm supposed to be snuffing candles, I see. All right. My boy. Our cats are leash trained. It's hard to teach them about forward movement on walks. I do see people walking cats, and it seems like that is a common struggle. A lot of people that do it seem to just make their peace with not going anywhere in a hurry, and that's fine. They just kind of meander along at the cat's pace, which I can't judge because my dog doesn't always do forward movement either. You see all the other dogs and they're out for a walk and they're like walking, and then meanwhile Moose is like, what if we just stand here at this intersection and we just gaze in the different directions until something happens? So let's sit by this tree indefinitely because burb. Yeah. I don't think anybody would. I think people would understand if they saw that because, you know, it's a kitty cat. People must just get excited to see someone walking a cat. It happens pretty often here, and I still get excited whenever I see someone walking a kitty. There's one of them that if I'm out there without Moose, I can meet the kitty because it's a super nice kitty, friendly kitty. And I've gotten to meet it before, and that's always the best. But I can't do it with Moose because Moose gets way too excited. There's many people out there that only know you as Moose's mom. Yeah, I think that's very much the case. What is going on here? I'm supposed to be slaying Waximus. But Waximus is currently friendly. Maybe I have to turn off all the candles? What is going on? He's got a pickaxe in his leg. People ask if their dogs can say hi when we're walking the cats. Really? That surprises me a lot. Even if my dog like liked cats, I don't know if I would be if I didn't know the cat. Cause yeah. When you said pack leader is boring, I searched YouTube for a pack leader alpha vid. Can't find any. You want to look at it? Here? I'll show you what they are. Maybe I just need to if I can do this quest. This is the pack leader tree. Your buttons basically just make your buttons do their thing more. Kill command, your main skill here called Vicious Hunt, says kill command prepares you to viciously attack in coordination with your pet, dealing additional damage with your next kill command. So if you take the flavor text out of it, it says kill command does more damage next time you kill command. That's it. It doesn't change any of your decisions, and that's the keystone on which they built this thing. Oh, there we go. By being found, I've engaged Waxmus. This is great. The entire tree has nothing but passive traits. None of them are actual buttons that you press, and I'll show them to you. But the vast majority of them will make something maybe do more damage, but they don't really. They don't do anything that you would notice or need to know about when you were playing. So, for example, hang on, I think I'm in combat. Can I feign death? I might need to just finish this little area. There's one thing where you can like have a chance to reset cooldowns on, might have been barbed shot, but it seems like a great hero talent tree if you want your hero talent tree to not bother you at all. I should get into my Cobalt disguise, because it doesn't really ask anything of you at all. We ever get Night Elf Redskin? There's Draenei Redskin. If people dislike pack leader enough, might get a rework? Maybe, yeah. Fine with me, actually. I don't know if it's like an unpopular thing. It's just it's a very, like, if you were looking for something that was interesting and like active, it is a total nothing burger of a tree. If you were looking for easy and simple because it doesn't ask anything from you, it's great. So, for example, so we've got the thing that makes your kill command do more damage next time. Doing so also lets your pet hit an extra time along your next barbed shot. So again, you're not doing anything different, but the next time that you barbed shot after your kill command, your pet's gonna do an extra attack. Your pet's basic attack crits increase your crit damage, stacking. That is nice, but it's not something that you can affect in any way at all while you're actually playing. You can't tell your pet to crit more. You could stack crit in the first place. But there's some crit, or there's some extra effect on a crit. And then wild attacks is every third pet basic attack is a guaranteed crit, with damage increased by crit chance. Pet's basic attack has a chance to reset the cooldown and cause kill command to strike an extra time. So that is the most exciting thing, I think, in the tree, is a chance to reset kill command. On top of the normal stuff that resets kill command, you've got a little bit of an extra chance on your pet's basic attack. This is some extra speed on aspect of the cheetah. Seems good. Doesn't change the way you use it, but seems good. This is extra healing on your healing abilities. Again, seems good, but doesn't change like when you would use it or anything like that. Kill command increases beast cleave, or multi-shot increases damage of multi-shot. So just more AoE in 2 different flavors. This, if anything, makes it easier to keep beast cleave up, which is great. Kill shot deals extra damage and increases the bleed damage that you do. Over here you have either consuming frenzied tear, which was this one that extra kill command proc. Using that kill command proc can also proc your barbed shot, or you can just have an extra pet from your stable whenever you bestial wrath for 6 seconds. And then at the bottom, your vicious hunt and your pack coordination. So your extra. Your free basic attacks and your free kill command damage stack and apply twice and are always active during Call of the Wild. So all of it is just kind of everything you already do, but more, with like you won't notice when you're playing what it's doing unless you're super tuned into it, I guess. So I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's notable in how aggressively passive it is. So I need to acquire the candle keys. Is it from Drippy or the Waxy? Because, ew. You know what I mean? Where is this wax coming from, and why is your name Drip Ear? I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, no. What was the thing you used to like doing? A temporal anomaly? I would use it as part of my stasis. I don't remember if there was anything fancier than that, but I would basically just have it be part of my stasis so that it could do its thing with the stasis reactivation with the proc synergy. Snack 2, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Sounds perfect for me. Any help I can get to not embarrass myself in the occasional dungeon or raid would be very welcome. Yeah, I don't think they're going to change it. I don't even necessarily think they should. If you want a more active playstyle, there is Dark Ranger right there. It's not like BM Hunter is locked into Pack Leader. What's the other spec that shares Pack Leader? Is it Survival? Because this one is Marksman BM. And I'm assuming there's another one that I don't have access to here that it's Survival Marks. So this must be BM and then Survival. Thanks for the Pack Leader rundown. No problem. The racial abilities. So Earthen get this Azurite Surge thing. It's an empower spell, kind of like what Evokers get. And the more you empower it, it does a couple extra things. So it'll do damage. On rank 2, it'll also heal allies. And on rank 3, it just does more damage to the highest health enemy. The visual's not done for it yet. Supposedly. Candle King's Diary, mostly empty, lightly gnawed. Sentinel, Survivor Marksman. Oh. I kind of want to... I mean, yeah, I kind of want to just read it. I guess I could switch to Marks and then just have a little read. They're given more charge-up spell things. Yeah, I think this is the first one that they've given to somebody that's not an evoker. Chocolate coins! Some of the coins have bites taken out. None were unwrapped first. Oh, like it's me as a child at Christmas time. Cloak of Beards. Hang on. Backup candles. Never have enough. What is a Cloak of Beards? Crudely woven from the shorn, wiry beards of fallen Earthen. Ooh. This is not a delve. This is like a quest scenario kind of situation. It's located in the same map as the dungeon. I'm hoping that we get to a delve soon. Let's get out of here. We got the candle crown. What on earth is he doing? I do like this model. I think he's a little bit broken. Traditional symbol of Cobalt authority passed down through the ages. Very good. Maybe I'll do a little reload. Makes perfect sense for hunters. Hold down the button like drawing a bowstring. Let's get out of here. There we go. That's better. Oh. Old loading screen giving me nostalgia. I don't know what the specific deal is, but all the quest reports have been like way too low item level. Oh, we get Assembly of the Deeps rep. Nice. The faction is called the Assembly of the Deeps. That's the faction associated with this zone. Council of Dornagal was our top zone. The first reward, or the next reward, I guess, is called Every Day I'm Snuffling 1. I want to look at the UI for that. Oh yeah, I was going to check out Marksmanship. Not like play the whole spec, but I just wanted to look at the Sentinel tree. Alright. Choose your hero talents. Yeah, so they get Dark Ranger or Sentinel. So the top tier for Sentinel, attacks have a chance to apply Sentinel, stacking up to 10 times. When stacks are higher than 3, applying it has a chance to trigger an implosion, causing a stack to be consumed on the target every second to deal damage. That's weird. That feels like Echoing Void from Shadow Priest. But alright. So your attacks have a chance to stack up Sentinel, and whenever it's higher than 3, it has a chance to trigger an implosion, which makes it go. Looks like individual damage, at least at first. Don't look back. Every time Sentinel deals damage, you get an absorb shield. Bless up. Hunter survivability, love to see it. Extrapolated shots. When you apply Sentinel to a target not affected by Sentinel, you apply 1 additional stack, so you get a little bonus of 2 every time you first apply it to a fresh target. Sentinel Precision just gives you 5% extra damage on aimed shot and rapid fire. Release and reload. When you apply Sentinel, you have a 15% chance to apply a second stack. And then you've got a choice node, so you can take one of 2 passives. The first one, when a target affected by Sentinel deals damage to you, they are rooted with an ICD of 1 minute per target. Or you can snare the target for 3 seconds when Sentinel starts dealing damage. So both of those are kind of utility. That seems mostly reasonable unless you wouldn't want to snare them. Invigorating Pulse. Each time Sentinel deals damage, it has an up to 15% chance to generate 5 focus. Chances decrease with each additional Sentinel currently imploding applied to enemies. I need to read this again. Each time Sentinel deals damage to an enemy, it has an up to 15% chance to generate 5 focus, but the chances decrease with each additional Sentinel currently imploding applied to enemies. That is a beast of a sentence, but I think what they've done is they've built in some protection to stop that extra focus from being absolutely bananas when you have multiple targets with Sentinel, like when you're AoEing. Whenever Sentinel deals damage, cooldown of True Shot reduced by 1 second up to 15 seconds. Good. For 8 seconds after applying True Shot, all abilities are guaranteed to apply Sentinel. So that's a choice node. You can either have reduced cooldown on True Shot, or you can guarantee a bunch of Sentinel application with True Shot, as opposed to just having a chance. It doesn't say what the chance is to apply it. Multi-shot causes any target affected by Sentinel to explode, doing AoE. Pretty straightforward. Sentinel debuffs implode when a target affected by more than 3 stacks falls below 20% health, or targets you damage below 20% health gain a stack every second. So basically trash versus boss. And then for Lunar Storm, every 15 seconds, your next... Hang on, it's a passive. Every 15 seconds, your next rapid fire summons a Celestial Owl, sick, that conjures a 10-yard radius lunar storm at the target's location for 8 seconds. So during rapid fire, your hits summon a new owl every 15 seconds that conjures a 10-yard radius storm. An enemy affected by Sentinel within the storm gets hit for damage every 0.4 seconds. Any target struck by this effect takes extra damage from you and your pet. So it's basically more damage during rapid fire, scaling based on how much Sentinel you have on different things that are within that storm. What's your pick of these 3 trees? Dark Ranger feels the most easy to use while still being kind of cool and impactful. If I knew a thing, I guess we can just play Marks for a hot minute. What's the worst thing that can happen? Let's play around with this for a little bit just to see what it looks like, because maybe that'll make it feel better. Playing with this Sentinel thing for a little bit. Let's do this. That one, and that one. Apply changes. Am I in combat? Hope not. We're good? Alright. And then, I'm in Marks. Can you just give me like a starter build? Since when are there subtitles on Twitch? You need to run the streamer, in this case me, has to run a plugin in order to make it active. But I have the plugin active, therefore we have subtitles. You're welcome. Voila. Ooh, it got voila. I wasn't sure it would. Oh, well, it got it the first time. But yeah, it won't be on every stream unless the streamer is running the thing. I wouldn't be surprised if Twitch finds a way to build it in, though. Great for my Netflix rotted Zoomer brain, kinda. I get that. Okay. And then do I have enough buttons in my bar to even close to play marks? We have like aim shot here somewhere. What's that? Master's call? Bursting shot? Question? Couldn't tell you a thing about how all this works. I guess arcane shot's important. There's volley. That's kind of cool. That's back. So that little icon that we saw stacking up to 2 there, that's Sentinel. So it's not up yet. There it is. Now I have 3 stacks of Sentinel. So it has a chance to start exploding, basically, whenever I apply a new stack. I might need to find something with more health. There we go. So now it's actually like ticking down and going. That's the core thing. Oh, rapid fire is very different from what I had in mind. Okay. I didn't understand the Lunar Storm thing because I didn't understand rapid fire because I was still thinking about the classic version. Okay. Rapid fire is a pretty short cooldown these days. Shoot a stream of 7 shots at your target, usable while moving, cause your next aim shot to cast faster. That's kind of nice. So while I'm rapid firing on a target that has Sentinel, there should be like an owl situation. There's the owl. That's the capstone talent for Sentinel. That's kind of nice. I would say this also doesn't feel like something complicated. It doesn't feel like it's something that is gonna need a lot of babysitting. None of them really do, mind you. More interesting than Pack Leader, which is not even for the spec anyway. And kind of a different vibe from Dark Ranger. I like the hunter trees, I think. Woohoo! Birdie. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I wonder if later on you would be able to glyph it to be something less Night Elfy. They did talk about how it's not for launch, but they were discussing different visuals. But they were just kind of wanted to get hero talents like in and working. Because they did say this is an evergreen system, that this is not, hero talents aren't just for War Within, like we're going to keep them. I wouldn't be surprised if adding like more glyphs or skins for them would be something they could look into later on when they're looking for new things to release to us to make us feel happy and excited. This tree, the Sentinel tree for Hunter, definitely is the most like visually noticeable one. The Black Arrow was kind of a cool look too. And but this is definitely the most dramatic one with the owl, certainly. Yeah, I think that's kind of neat. Mud skippers are the derpiest thing I've ever seen in WoW. I love them a lot. I think they're real good. I will be leveling alts during Mop Remix. At least for the purposes of collecting the cosmetics in Mop Remix. I don't actually think I want any more alts than I have now. So I'm not really planning on leveling during pre-patch. But I'm definitely going to be going in real hard on Mop Remix. Okay, I need to be BM again because all of my keybinds are funny. And I miss my Mud Skipper. We got to get Skippy back. You could use Black Arrow with a gun. All of your talents work just fine with gun, bow, crossbow, no problem. Sentinel procs seem pretty reliable. I couldn't give you a number, but it seems like on most things that you hit, you're going to end up with anywhere between like 2 to 5 of them in normal questing. I'm sure in a boss fight you're gonna end up like they reach the point where they can start ticking down pretty quickly. But I'm not really much of a theory crafter person. I can say seems kind of fun. Seems like it's pretty reasonably reliable. I wanted to turn in a quest. Oh, it's underneath this mount. There we go. So there's some Assembly of the Deeps rep.
Let's get down to business then.
Encourage members of the crowd to air their grievances. My goodness. On that note, how many else do you have now? We had like, what, 1770s, I thought. I think that was the number that I was talking about when I was talking about how many characters I was running through, like, the Noble Garden boss, and then before that, whatever mount I was farming, I was using 1770s on it. My sub 70s are pretty negligible. They're all just name holders or characters that I meant to level that apparently I don't need to because I haven't finished it yet. Mawwalker, Mollywobble, and such. I am nowhere close to character cap, which is something that's occurred to me. I think because I'm pretty ruthless about deleting characters and because I didn't like keep any of my characters that I used to have on other servers. At one point, I just kind of deleted everything that wasn't on Lightbringer and consolidated it all down. So I don't think I have more than like 20 characters out of 65 that I actually like am attached to. Which is good. It means I've got some room for some remix characters. I don't feel like a need for an immediate alt purge. No, I didn't grow out my hair. This is a wig. My hair is quite short underneath it. I've been keeping it cut. I like my short hair.
I'm coming with you, lad.
Yeah, 5 character slots for remix. There's going to be a total cap of 65. I wonder if the Ringing Death is working today. Probably not. What do people do with 60 characters? I bet you some of those people are in chat. They might be able to tell you. People use them for farming. Sometimes people just like leveling a lot of the same class and they kind of keep them as trophies. Miss the buzz. Glad to know you just RLT mogging. Yeah, it's come to my attention that not that I should be or have ever really been trying to like make anybody happy with my hair but me. But even if you were trying to make other people happy with your hair, you're never gonna please everybody. So you do whatever you want to do. There will always be people that are like, I miss this way. I liked it better when you did this thing. This thing was better, and it doesn't matter. It's not their hair. I like my comfy short hair. It's a good fit for my life right now. And then this is nice because this way I can have hair that looks blow dried vaguely without having to actually like blow dry it or worry about when the last time I got it wet or when the last time I, like doing this with natural hair is like a lot of work, and it's much easier just to keep it on a stand in my office and just whack it on my head before I stream. Name reserves. Shadowlands mission tables. I have 60 because I like to roleplay them. Cooldowns, 300 transmog, 55 characters here. Whew! I have 1 character for each class and I still neglect all but 2. Can't imagine 60. I am missing some classes. I still don't have a mage. Or I once again don't have a mage. I've had them before and I've just deleted them. I wonder what would talk me into playing a mage. What would make me excited to be a mage? Nothing. 70 of each class, but I really only play 2. If it were a priest, right? I think that's the thing. There's just everything that I want to do in WoW is better served by a different class. And that's okay. There's nothing that says that you have to play all of them, but I just can't. I just don't have it in me. Why am I here? Tunnel End. Find Magni and Dagran near Taillock. I don't know. Oh, like there. Well, I can fly, so can I just like... Oh. Can I just... Oh. I don't think I was supposed to fly. They got me at the Gundargaz. If I had to choose between mage or monk, I would probably go monk. I also don't really play monk much. Dripsy forgot her candle. Tell me about Dripsy Grandma Scribbles. Go watch a Zaryu stream, think you can do the same, and then get curb stomped. That would probably do it for me. Whenever I watch somebody play something very well, it usually makes me wonder, could I do that? I could totally do that, right? Nope. Absolutely not. A scary sticker. Alright, I won't mount this time. Did I loot that thing? I forgot to loot it. Leveling a mage through remix. Extra powers will make it tolerable. I've thought that maybe I should do that. Especially if it's like not my first remix character, because then I could take advantage of the extra stacked up experience gain woven into the cloak and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just don't need it. I mean, I don't have the mage class odor mount, but I don't think I need it if I don't. Pardon me, if I don't have a mage. Troll and Dren Ice, I could do heritage quests after remix. Every time I think about leveling a mage, I remember Warlock exists. Yeah. I like pet classes for damage. I guess mage has sometimes had a pet in the past, but I don't know. Oh, can I kill this thing? Maybe. Frost kind of has a pet. The Ellie's still procs. But it doesn't have a name. Warlock pets have names. Hunter pets you can name. Even Death Knight pets still come out and they're all like Toe Chewer. And you're like, I wish I didn't know that, but sure. You know, like, even if it's a different one every time. It's called Water Elemental? Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel very bonded with my Mindbender either. It doesn't feel like a pet, even though it is sort of like a pet. It just doesn't do it for me. Here, Warlock might get an Instacast Hero Tree. Much more fun for farming. Huh. I misread that as Instacart for a second, and I was just imagining Warlocks getting groceries from their couch. Excuse me? I need the grapes, but they have to be the seedless grapes. Red only. If you bring me green, I'm cursing you. I would be up for no cooldown Instacart. Oh! Okay, I won't read out what's going on in the story, but it's like really upsetting. Owie. You listen, maybe learn something. Important not forget candle, something every little kobold needs to learn. Hang on, are there little kobolds here? Oh, there are! Okay, hang on. I'm not ready to relive the story yet. But there's little baby kobolds! They look like the guy that we were having quests from, but they're like tiny. They're so small. Why am I so glowy? Or is that Granny Scribbles? Just a story. She's telling a calming story. I see. I guess maybe she was like healing me after she damaged me with her terrifying story. This one's like fully clipping into that bench. On one hand, I'm kind of like, oh, they're cute. And on the other hand, it's kind of like, ooh, they're multiplying. You know, like if you found like a pack of rat babies and you're like on one hand, aw, and on the other hand, oh no. Oh. Time to give Kobold allied race. Mini candles. Oh, I think I got my quest mixed up. I understand how I got confused last time. Chomps was a young kobold, headstrong, told not dig too high, but not listen to elders. Think you know better. Whoa. Remix is in like 2 weeks. I can make it. I can live that long. I wonder if I'm going to get bored of Remix before I get all the stuff out of it. That's my biggest concern, is that I'm going to go really hard and I'm going to burn myself out and I'm going to be like, okay, I only need another 200,000 bronze. Gotta get KSM soon. Season 4's been out for like 4 days, but I know exactly how you feel. I'm hoping I can at least get like a batch of 5s done this week. I don't know when, but I'm hoping I can so that I can get KSM pretty comfy next week and then call it good. Angry rocks. These are kind of fun quests. I like this. Still don't know what class to get through Remix. Yeah, there's different schools of thought. You could play something that you're familiar with. You could play something that you like farming on. You could play something that you don't have yet. I'm, for my part, even though I have like a bunch of priests, I'm making another priest because I want to heal Pandaria raids in Remix. It sounds fun. It sounds like something I've never done. So I want a holy priest. So I'm going to play a Darkspear troll, a male Darkspear troll holy priest. And then I can quest as Shadow, I think, which will be fun. But I also want to play a hunter because I just like farming stuff on hunters. So I figured that's going to be my second character after I've got like a bunch of threads to play with. Leveling a Darkspear, or not a Darkspear troll. I don't know what kind of hunter. Some kind of hunter. Right there with you. Did some 3s this week and then thought, that means I can do 6s or something next week. Good to go. I know. Later on, I'm going to be like, man, the season was over so fast. I'm going to have to remind myself that I'm the one who speed ran it. But you know what? They're the ones who are putting out Remix 3 weeks after season 4. It's just, you gotta try and fit everything in. Whoa. Oh no! These stories are very grim. These are very gruesome stories. I know that scaring children is like some kind of a tradition. Oh, I see. Granny Scribbles heals you after this story. What if you level the tune in Remix and you enjoy it because of the extra abilities, but then you play it in retail and it's bland, right? Yeah, maybe I need to stick to classes I already know so I don't get my hopes up too high for, like, I play Mage in Remix and I'm like, this is amazing! And then I bring it back to retail and I'm like, oh, that wasn't because it was a Mage, it was because it was Remix. Whereas if it's something I am familiar with, I won't get so excited. I don't know what the lockouts are like for Remix. That's a good question. They talked about them in an... They answered some question about them, but I don't remember what they said. I think it is faster than weekly. But I wouldn't bet my life on it. I guess I wouldn't bet my life on much. This is your wackiest hair color so far. You like it? Would you consider doing a retrospective of Dragonflight using your old streams and visiting the highlights and scandals to put on YouTube? I think it's a lovely idea. I wouldn't get your hopes up. That would be hundreds of hours of footage to comb through to try to figure out what those moments are and when they happened and if I spent any time on them or if I was just talking about my dog. Can't figure out what to get for lunch. Any ideas? Sandwiches. Maybe like specialty sandwiches, you know? Get a little fancy. Have you seen that show, The Expanse? I have not. Books are great as well. Is it a fantasy show? Sci-fi show? The name makes it sound sci-fi. Sci-fi? It's amazing. Oh. Based in a book series, it's in Prime. Oh, okay. Got people backing me up. There you go. The Saber Claw, thank you for the 41-month resub. Hi, Hazel and chat. Thanks for your weekend videos and guides as I revisit them for Vault of the Incarnate. Are you going to run some Alts or LFR for more Bullion for more Transmog? It's a great idea. I am not gonna. I haven't even done like my weekly quest for a spark on my main. I think that my level of effort for this season is kind of like a 3.5 out of 10. I'm just too interested in alpha and also in remix coming up, and then also not quite that much energy for retail. I think it's a great idea though. If my warband asked your warband to the warband cotillion, would you accept? I have only the vaguest idea of what a cotillion actually is. It sounds like something to do with bugs, but I understand it's some kind of like a formal social event. Tell me about Mipsy. That sounds like a hazel alt name. I should see if I can reserve Mipsy. Mipsy Mole Rider.
Specialty sandwiches like hoagies or smaller?
Smaller. See if you can get one of those places that puts like hash browns in the sandwich. Hungry mole mounted. Oh. Is this a mistake?
It's the cheapo giant eagle hoagies.
Oh. A mole riding course. Whoa. This is the dynamic ground mounts confirmed. Whoa, it's too fast. Too fast. Potato in the sandwich? I'm nothing if not a master mixer of carbohydrates. You call that mole riding? And that's how Cobalt learned to ride mole. I always carry snacks, just in case. Now tell story. Very far place called Surface. Oh, hey, my dungeon's ready. Would you look at that? Imagine that. We've been in that queue for like a long time. Are we getting the same dungeon or a new dungeon? Same dungeon. I'm DPS in this one. That's kind of fun. I can keep my feet on my desk. Oh no, the healer. Oh yeah, people disconnect in this one. Right. I'm happy. I have everything I need. Whoa. Except for aim. I don't actually think Azurite Surge is a cone. It just doesn't have the proper visual in it yet. Also, I don't have a damage meter, so I won't know if I'm doing poorly, and this is preferred. Oh man, look at all these extra toads. Look at him go! Was that just from Bestial Wrath? Because it's the only pet in my stable? I don't know. Skippy's multiplying. Wonder if an evoker would be fun for Mop Remix. It would probably be kind of cool if you didn't have one already. I mean, I guess you could make one in a different server as well. I like the idea of playing a hunter and then like taming like Pandaria pets. You know, to really lean into the theme. I wonder if I'll make a panda hunter? I would have to make a hunter of a class that I don't already have a hunter of. And ideally not one that I've had a hunter previously and then deleted. Maybe a panda hunter. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with the evoker restriction. Do they still have the demon hunter restriction, or did they give up on that? No, as to demon hunters. Play any tournaments? Not so much, no. I'm a little more casual than that. You can make as many DHs as you want now. Huh. Yeah, I wonder if they'd ever relax the evoker restriction then. These noises are nuts. Don't mind me. Standing in front of the minecart getting run over. I wonder if it's too early to tell if the War Within will be received as well as Dragonflight. I know Dragonflight has a lot of valid criticism, but on the whole, public opinion-wise, it's performed a lot better than both Shadowlands and BFA. And I wonder if that trend is going to continue, or if we're gonna... It used to be kind of a flip-flop thing, like they would release like a popular expansion and then an unpopular expansion and then a popular one and then an unpopular one. And I wonder if I don't know. I'm optimistic, but I'm always optimistic. My optimism means nothing. It's hard to say. Hard to top WoD. The fish thing is a toad pet, technically. Floor is a bit higher if the expansion is going to be shorter. TikTok a good bad expects is broken with Shadowlands. Yeah. Maybe they owe us another good one. Really excited that some of the people making key decisions about what will the game be like. Person is like me, plays like me. I feel like they have a better read on what a lot of people want. And that doesn't mean that they always just kind of like give everybody everything right away, but they're more of their decisions have made more sense to me lately anyways. I have an easier time seeing where they're coming from without having to make like 17 excuses. Yeah, the toad is a tenacity pet. My cunning buff is because my primary pet right now is Rufus the mole rat over here, and he's a cunning pet. I've got Skippy in my stable slot for animal companion, so he's a tenacity pet, but I don't have the tenacity buff right now. I think the thing that they've kind of made a lot of things demand less of your time, which is great, and especially for a lot of their modern player base that doesn't want to know life to the same extent, but still wants to feel like they're keeping up and that they're able to like play relevant content with their friends and stuff. And the flip side of making it easier to keep up with less time investment is that if you are no-lifing, or even if you're just kind of playing medium, you end up being kind of finished with the content much faster. And I think that they have made a really smart choice in that, like, if they had just done that and done nothing else, I think that the game would really struggle, because you would have the thing that we kind of had earlier in Dragonflight where everybody did the stuff and went, this is great, and then finished it, and then we're like, well, we're done, and then they were like, there was nothing, they were kind of gone. And if it had been just left like that, I think you could have run into some real problems in terms of longevity without trying to, like, you know, just like time gate the daylights out of stuff and like force people to keep playing. And I think they did a really smart thing where they, are making it easier and more reasonable to play alt. So if you finish the season and you're like, all right, I did what I wanted to do, it's more reasonable for you to go now, well, maybe I'll try it out on a different class than before, because we've got all of these improvements to make it easier to gear up and to get started on a second character, and especially with the War Within, with the Warbands improvements. But even just the upgrade system in Dragonflight has been good for alt gearing. And then the second thing has been releasing content more often. So even if you get in and you finish your stuff and you're done for a while, there's been something to kind of pull you back. Like, not only have they been releasing more mini patches in between big content patches with like, here's Azerothian archives and here's some new story quests and here's, you know, like they've been adding new things to the main game, but then there was also Plunderstorm, and now there's going to be a remix. It feels like there's less dead space between content patches, which is good, because when the content patches respect our time this way, they don't take as long to complete. So I think that they've kind of made a smart choice, and they've adapted the game for sort of almost shorter attention spans, which is basically what we're working with in gaming these days. Is, I know we're not all Zoomers, but people don't have the same kind of patience for one game that they used to, and I think that WoW is evolving to compensate for that. Yeah, you will keep Pandaria remix alts after the event. When the event ends, they will no longer be time running characters. You'll just keep them as regular characters. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to make sure I have the candle buff. I learned this when I was in this dungeon yesterday. Thunderstorm is like Voldemort. I do not speak its name. Remix, no repair fees that I could see. No repair fees at all. No durability on any of your gear. There is gold, but not much of it, and the only thing that I saw that gold was used for in Remix was flight paths. The problem is when they make so much group world content, it becomes obsolete immediately if everyone's moved on to the new content. Yeah. And I think they're aware of that, because they've made the more recent events function better even when there's nobody else around. Like, you can solo the more recent world events. But I also think that world events on their own were kind of like a Dragonflight thing, and that, well, I'm sure they will keep doing them. I don't think we're going to get like a new one every single patch. I think we're all kind of world evented out, and they're going to chill a little bit on that. Don't drain the light. Like that they're doing things for the outdoor solo casual players. I am just that. Level alts make gold, do open world dungeon content. I think that the War Within is going to be a great expansion for you. I think it's cool that they're that you can get things like tier now from that kind of content, and that you're going to have like a vault track for you're gonna have like a vault track for delves. That's kind of neat too. Do you think they'll start introducing AI players pretending to be real people in the mix to beef up places where there aren't so many people? Like, kind of like using follower dungeon AI to backfill LFR queues? It'd be kind of cool. I feel like there's probably some world in which they don't necessarily want to mix AI and regular people. They don't want to have like a partial follower pug. I don't know why I think that. Instinct of some kind. So delves have their own vault track, but not other things. There's no like world quest track for vault. It's just delves. What if AI have been doing LFRs with only each other this entire time and none of us knew? Because we weren't in there. They could be clearing a Mirdrasil as we speak. NPCs like the undead rogue gank from TBC Nagrand. Am I on the dungeon? Oh, I'm on the cart. Okay. Will there be elves on the shelves in the delves? That explains some of the people in my +2s. I knew it was AI. On the dev's radar, not likely to see it more within. Understand some players want to see the story all the way through, just not with other players. Yeah, I think that's fair. I wonder if my my time-honored patented method of turn off chat and pretend LFR is AI will ever catch on. That's genuinely what I did for Solo Shuffle. No one can yell at you if you can't read their messages. Follower dungeons, they can make dungeons more story relevant, like in Final Fantasy XIV. I'm excited to try this darkness boss again. This time, I can move the candle out of the frontal ability. Oh, we're not there yet. It's this way. Alright. What do we got? Buttons-wise. There's the candle. I'm taking my thing off of the candle. They've moved it out of the way. That's good. I think the reason this dungeon is taking so long is because not everyone is... Hang on. Not everyone is standing in the candle. Pick up the candle! Move the candle! Oh, I didn't move it. I meant to. Because you're not doing any damage or healing. 99% reduction if you're not in the light. This boss is what the Hearthstone BG card was named after. They removed it, but it makes sense though. Nice, yeah. They're on top of it. This must be a nightmare to heal. I think we keep resetting the candle. Because I know you want to take the Shadow Blast off the candle. There's a way for us to like restock it with wax, and that's I'm not 100% convinced I know how to do. Oh, so it's a cast to pick it up. Be cool. Flare from Hunter helped you. Flare! Not exactly. That would be cool. It would also be like really overpowered. Oh dear me. I think we're wiping. I tried to type in instance chat and my game said you cannot speak that language. That's what I get. Oh man, I'm just gonna not worry about it. I'm sure I could probably like, there's probably like a setting or something. That's so funny. Quick, use interpretive emoting to get them to understand. Language. All I can speak is Orcish. I was trying to talk in instance chat. Whoa. Alright, that's actually scary. A little bit. It's got a lot of teeth on it. Heaven forbid a gentleman just wants to farm up a few tall strider sinew on the weekend. Yeah, so we need to stand in the candle, kill ads, move the AoE off the candle, and then move the candle out of the front line. I was having a hard time moving the candle out of the front line because I just wasn't very coordinated. I was just having a hard time picking it up. Oh. I see markers. Someone's planning something. Alright. Although I can't read anything in chat. What if it's just not in my language? Boss could be fun in Mythic Plus. Yeah, I think it's a cool design. It's just a knowledge gap right now. We can give it one more try here. It looks like we were damaging it from dynamite during that cart ride. Whoa. Oh, not changing belts. Okay. Oh, I have an interrupt this time. I should remember that. Pick up the candle. And move. Good. Nice. And then we want to kill those ads before they can drain the candle. When I pick it up, I don't know how I'm getting more wax. I know the fear is from running out of light. So I've rescued the candle from the frontal for all the good it does because it was at 0% anyways. Want me to move the thing over in there? Okay. There you go. This is a dungeon. I don't know why you couldn't just leave it in the slash if it's dead anyway. Oh, it's done. Oh yeah, that's right. You don't have to kill it all the way. You just have to get it down to like 40%, something like that. Alright, let's see if we got any loot. Although I'm still in combat because it's leaving and my pet's still following it. Come back. Any good? Oh, I got a trinket. I got a remnant of darkness. My abilities have a chance to call the darkness to you, increasing your agi. Upon reaching full power, the darkness is unleashed, inflicting shadow damage split between nearby enemies before fading back into the remnant. There you go, it's a dungeon trinket. Fun. Neat. Thanks, guys. Thank you. You cannot speak that language. I guess I can't thank them. Why is Olafar so painful? Oh, man. No stats in the trinket. True. Emote / TY. Ah, true. Whoops. Oh, well. Spooky. Dark. Boo. Okay. Alright. I need to go and investigate some lunch. I'll be back tomorrow morning for another stream. Maybe if we keep questing on the same hunter, we'll eventually get as far as trying out some delves in the zone, because it's my last stream of the week. I appreciate you joining me today. I put out a fresh news video on my YouTube channel. If you wanted to watch my weekly news roundup, I have that available now. I thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.